guys, I cannot say this enough. Put your dog on a leash. Look at my mess. Look at my hand. Swollen, red, shaking. I'm borderline having a freaking panic attack right now. So go outside. It's time to walk my dog for the last time of the day. Off in the distance, I see this dog that I see all the time, no leash. He's some sort of other pit bull breed. The dog is pretty far away. I can see it, but it cannot see me or my dog. So I'm just like, okay, let's walk the opposite direction so this dog doesn't see us. We're walking the opposite direction. Out of nowhere, all I hear is this person calling out their dog's name. I already know this dog's name because it's not the first time I dealt with that dog. The dog catches up to us. That dog and my dog start just full on fighting, growling, trying to get each other. My dog is on a leash, which it's clearly an unfair fight. You're going at each other. I'm trying to pull my dog away. I'm calling out this owner like, come get your dog. I'm freaking out. My dog grabs this dog by the ear and is not letting go. Okay, you know pit bulls, yeah, pit bulls don't actually have a lock jaw, but pit bulls do not let go. So there it is. My epileptic 11-year-old pit bull is not letting go of this other pit bull's face. The owner finally catches up to us. Oh, thank you. Nice of you to join us. I'm yelling at him, get your dog. But at this point, my dog has his dog. I'm pulling my dog. He's pulling his dog. My dog is not letting go. Then this guy starts getting frustrated and he starts yelling at me, if your dog doesn't let go, I'm gonna start punching him. At this point, I'm like, is he blaming me for this? I was like, sir, first off, this is not the first rodeo I've had to deal with your dog. This is the third time your dog runs up at me and my dog. So naturally, by this point, my dog is fed up with your dog and it's defensive because that dog is bigger than my dog. It's a 1-year-old pure muscle dog. Like, I'm scared, my dog is scared, my dog is gonna get defensive, and he's defending the both of us. So then his dog is like trying to get out the hold of my dog, starts like crying and whatever, and this guy starts punching my dog in the face, starts going at my dog. His wife runs out, seeing the whole thing happen. She's like, oh my God, is your dog okay? And then this guy is just walking away all upset, not even apologizing to me. And I just stood there and I looked at both of them and I was like, I've told you both now in different instances, put your dog on a leash. And at this point, this is just documentation of something happens to my epileptic dog that he was punching in the face. You okay? Hey guys, just updating y'all real quick on the whole situation with my dog. And thank you for everyone who commented and wanted to know how my dog is doing. He's okay, still being a nitty little pit. Okay, so first things first, I did not call the cops. Honestly, calling the cops did not even cross my mind when the whole thing happened. So it wasn't until I posted the video on here and everyone was like commenting like, call the cops, that then I reached out to my boyfriend who is law enforcement and I asked them if I should call the cops. He said that unless I was hurt or my dog was visibly hurt or if I was thinking of pressing charges, it really wouldn't do much. Like, they were just gonna write up a report and just be like, okay, bye. Also, I honestly did not want to call the cops anyways because I did not want to blow it out of proportion, right? Like, it was like a very traumatic situation. Like, something could have gone terribly wrong. Somebody could have gotten hurt. But I didn't want to blow it out of proportion because I feel like at the end of the day, like, my dog did bite his dog. His dog was hurt and his dog was bleeding from his ear. So I didn't want to get my dog involved in a situation where now he's being seen as violent. Another thing that you guys kept suggesting is calling the pounds. And I just don't want to do that because I feel then all the repercussion is just gonna fall on the poor dog. Like, the dog is not the problem. That poor dog is not the problem. The problem is the irresponsible dog owners. But yeah, I didn't want the poor dog to end up in the pound. And again, like, I feel like if the situation would have gotten blown out of proportion at that point and your dog would have been taken away, like, what could have they done against me, you know, by them stating that my dog did cause damage to their dog? Third, you guys were saying I could sue. It will be covered under home insurance. It's not a home. I don't live in a house. I live in a gated community. Like, we all rent, and it's not in the nicest neighborhood either, honestly. So I don't think I will get anything out of it. So yeah, that's the reasons why I didn't want to do any of those things. When I called my boyfriend and I told him that, you know, what happened and how this guy like literally like punched my dog in the face repeatedly, he was pretty pissed and like he wanted to go over there and like talk to them, and I was like, no, let's not do all that. Let's not blow it out of proportion. It happened on Friday. Today it's Monday. I did go to the leasing office and I explained to them the whole situation. I told them that I had repeatedly asked the dog owners to put their dog on a leash, that, you know, this is the third time this dog runs up. Now we got violent, someone could have gotten seriously hurt, and that I have seen the dog run up to other smaller dogs, which is even scarier. So the leasing office said that they're going to reach out to them and write them a letter and like make sure that they're aware of what the pet policy is, yada yada. So that's pretty much all I was able to do. But yeah, my doggo is fine. We're fine. This video is for everyone who would like to tell me, I told you so. Gather around. Just last week, I posted this story telling you guys how one of my neighbor's dog, who is never on a leash, attacked me and my dog for the third time. Third time's a charm. It got really ugly between that dog and my dog. The dogs were hurt. Then I posted this video updating you guys, pretty much letting you know that I did nothing. I did not call the cops like you guys advised me. I did not call animal control like you guys advised me. But I did tell my leasing office, which apparently did nothing. Because guess what happened today? So here's another story time for you guys. I swear this entire situation is like literally making me nauseous. So today I'm walking my dog again, and then I realized that I have actually developed PTSD from the situation that happened last week, because now every time I'm walking my dog and I see another dog, I'm like worrying like, oh my God, is that dog on a leash? Oh my God, is that dog on a leash? Because it was a very traumatizing experience. So I'm so worried about looking at every dog, making sure the dog is on a leash, and then guess whom I see off a leash? The same dog that I just had that traumatic experience with last week. I'm turning the corner. As I turn the corner, I see the dog off a leash, and I kid you not, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, "Are you effing kidding me?" The dog already sees me and my dog, and naturally, the dog starts running towards us. So I start yelling at the owner, who now is another person that other than the one that I dealt with last week, that, you know, the one that punched my dog repeatedly on the face. Yeah, no, it's not that one this time. It's another person. So I'm yelling at her, "Get your dog on a leash, get your dog on a leash," while I am running away. I am running away because this dog is already headed towards us. I am running away, dragging my dog, you know, by his leash that he's on, okay? And I literally start running around a car, running away from this dog, because this dog is after me and my dog, and I'm just here yelling at this person, "Get your dog on a leash, get your dog on a leash." And I got so loud to the point that other neighbors came out. Oh, and that's another story time, because those other neighbors also had an opinion to say about the dog. Other neighbors literally reporting that the dog has run up at their dog as well, and have run up at children and even at a pregnant lady. Like, this is getting out of hand. So the dogs get into it again. And again, my dog grabs the dog. At this point, I am so proud of my dog. My dog is 11 years old, epileptic. At this point, I'm so proud of him. And my only concern at that point is that he's in the middle of a fight. He might have a seizure and he's gonna get hurt. That's my only concern at that point. I cannot believe I just ranted for 3 minutes. Okay, there's a part 2 to this. I'm sorry, guys. So the dogs are fighting. The dogs are full on fighting again. And then my dog again grabs this dog by the same ear. It's like my dog already know what to do, because they skipped the whole fighting part. My dog from the get-go, bam, grabs the ear, is not letting go again. And this girl just starts frantically yelling, "Oh my God, your dog is hurting my dog. Your dog is hurting my dog. Stop him." Which wouldn't be happening if your dog was on a leash. I was able to get my dog to let go pretty quick, so whatever. He let go. We started running the other way, because guess what? This girl still has no leash for the dog. This dog doesn't even have a collar, okay? This dog doesn't even have anywhere she could grab him from. So I literally started running towards my unit. Like, I literally just started freaking running and dragging my dog. At this point, there was so much commotion that other neighbors that, you know, live in the same building as this individual with the leashless dog came out, and they were actually like worried about me, because they were like, "Oh my God, is your dog okay?" And they told me like, we've had enough about them and their dog. The dog is never on a leash. And then they started telling me me their stories. It was, go back to my unit, I leave my dog, I clean his face, he was bleeding a little bit from one of his eyes, and I go back outside. And I go back outside with the intention to confront these people because I'm like, I am tired of this. We need to find a solution right now. The neighbors are still outside and they start telling me their horror stories with the dog running up on kids, running up on a pregnant lady, running up on other dogs, running up on everyone, and how everyone feels unsafe because of this dog, and that I am not the only one who has told them repeatedly to put their dog in a leash. Everyone has had that fight with these individuals with the leashless dog. Everyone has reported it to the leasing office. This is just like not coming to an end. Oh, but then the girl comes out of her unit, you know, after she goes and puts her leashless dog away. And then she comes out and starts confronting me, talking about, your dog hurt my dog and you did nothing about it. Your dog attacked my dog. She was saying that my dog attacked her dog. And then the neighbors started yelling at her like, are you stupid? It was the craziest situations, guys. Like I told you guys before on the update, the reason why I haven't done anything about the situation is because I don't like confrontation. I don't like conflict. I don't like getting involved with people. I just want to live my life. But this is getting out of hand. And I actually recorded that entire interaction, which I'll be more than happy to even show you guys, of her yelling at me that my dog attacked her dog when her dog was off the leash and literally came to attack us. Long story short, we called the cops, and as a community, we're going to speak to the cops and we're going to tell them what's been going on with this leashless dog, and I'll keep you guys updated. All right, guys, so here I am giving you the final update on the whole situation with my neighbor and their leashless dog that kept attacking me and my dog, because honestly, I am so tired of talking about this. First of all, look how much hair I lost. Like, I haven't washed my hair in 2 weeks. That's how freaking stressed I've been with this shit. Like, it's ridiculous. I do not usually lose that much hair. Okay, so after that day that the dog ran up at us for the 4th time and got into it with my dog for the 2nd time, I've had enough. All these other neighbors told me like their stories. We've all have had enough, and we all collectively called the police. I told you guys before, I had asked my boyfriend, who is law enforcement, if I should call the police. He told me it's not really their jurisdiction, but this time he's like, go for it. Call them, see what happens, because this is ridiculous. Like, something needs to get done. It's about 8:30 at this point. I called the police. My neighbors told me like they'll be home, knock on their door so they could also give their witness statements. And long behold, it is 11 p.m. Police is still nowhere. So around 11:30, I call the police again. I'm like, hello, like I need an officer, like no one's coming. And then they were like, hey, we actually alerted animal control and they'll be the ones coming up. And I'm like, okay, well, when are they coming? Because it is 11:30 p.m. This happened like 3 hours ago. They were like, oh, well, it's after hours for them, so they'll go out tomorrow. They open at 8 a.m. It is the next day, 1 p.m. No one's still showing up. I'm calling animal control. They're not even picking up. Pretty much no one gives a shit. No one gives a fuck. Nothing. No one's doing anything. Which is what my boyfriend warned me, that unless someone is actually seriously hurt, they're not going to do shit. After spending pretty much the entire morning between calling animal control, who weren't even picking up, and 911, finally someone in the late afternoon came and showed up from animal control. My boyfriend and I told him the whole story, like that this is happening too many times. It keeps happening to multiple people in the neighborhood. It's getting dangerous. Animal control officer was very honest with us and told us that there is really not much they can do because nobody is hurt. There's a big ass dog walking around the community attacking people, but because no one is seriously hurt, they really can't do anything about it. Nevertheless, my boyfriend at least got him to write up a report with my statement and my neighbor's statements, and then they went to give it to the leasing office. And the leasing office, after months of not doing shit, because may I remind you, this problem did not start when I got involved. Like, this is something so many of my neighbors have been dealing with for months. So what is the leasing office going to do with that information? Probably nothing. And y'all keep coming at me like, oh, you're not doing anything. I have done everything I could do, but nothing's going to change until somebody actually gets hurt. My finished hair, since I know y'all going to be asking.